everybody, this is Rune here, and I know it's been forever since I've recorded this kind of video. I've just been too busy shitposting everywhere. But you guys love a good shitpost? I love making a good shitpost. I love leaving that shit all over your floor. But in between all of those amazing uploads, I've been around the old Twitter a bit here and there, and I've been noticing a lot of people ask recently how to grow as a VTuber slash streamer slash content creator. So I wanted to share some of my tips for how to grow as a streamer. Oh, pocket tip number 1. Let me just pull this out of my pants here. Overall quality of your stream. So, you got a stream planned later in the day and you're super excited to show everybody your amazing content, right? But first, before you hit that go live button, you need to make sure your content is actually at least half as amazing as you claim it to be. First, let's get into the visuals. You want to make sure your viewers are able to see whatever it is you're doing on stream. Like if you're playing a game or if you're doing a cooking stream. Do you have any kind of representation of you, like a webcam, PNG, or a VTuber model? Make that a good size as well. This might seem like a no-brainer to some, but I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a new streamer's stream only to find that the overlay is so big you can barely see the game, the model's so small you can't even really get a good look at it, the chat box is so small you're practically leaning into the screen like a grandma who can't see without her glasses trying to figure out what that text says. So make sure everything visually within your stream is a good size and complements each other. Another tip I could give goes into color scheme. Try to make sure the colors for whatever you're using for your stream setup aren't clashing. There's been a few times before I'll walk into a VTuber stream and they have this super cute pastel colored model. It's adorable. But then the color for their background or their stream overlay is such a dark, bold shade of insert whatever color, it stands out more than their model. And that's bad, because that model is a representation of you. And while whatever you're doing in stream, like playing a game or something, while that might be interesting for viewers come to your stream for you. So that's why you want to make sure that that representation of you is easily visible, not just in size, but also that it's the most prominent feature within your stream. So if you've got a background that stands out more than your model, that's a problem and you got to get that shit fixed out. I kind of zoned in on VTubers a little bit there, but that tip goes for any type of streamer and any type of stream. You want to make sure that stuff looks good. The second overall quality tip I have goes into audio. Whenever people ask me, hey Rune, do you have any tips for how to grow as a streamer? This is usually the first one I give them. You want to make sure your audio is as crisp and clear as you can make it. So whatever the best mic you have available to you, use that one. If you have any sort of background noise in your recordings or streams, like noise from your computer or fans or whatever, look into filters to try to get rid of that. I have a noise suppression filter on my microphone in my OBS setup, as well as a gain filter to make sure that any background noise is cut out and to make sure that my voice is easily heard. You also want to make sure that your voice isn't being drowned out by any other audio sources you have active in the stream. So, if you've got other friends talking in the stream with you, if you're playing a game, you've got the game audio, if you're watching videos on YouTube, let's say you're streaming that kind of content, you've got that going. You want to make sure your voice is the baseline and everything else is adjusted to cater to that. Plus, I can't tell you how frustrating it is to jump into somebody's stream and they're playing with friends or they're playing a game or something and those other audio sources are so much louder than the streamer. You can't even hear what they're saying. I also see this issue in a lot of non-stream YouTube videos as well, so I'm going to throw this tip out there to you guys as well. A lot of times I'll turn on a video and okay, the YouTuber's talking, so I adjust my volume to be able to hear what they're saying at a decent volume. So they're talking, it's all fine and good. Then here comes their little intro segments, maybe a logo for their channel pops up, whatever, and it's got music. It always has music, and so many times that music is outrageously loud. It blasts my ears harder than it would my ass. and just, oh my god, I immediately rip my earbuds out, just turn it down that volume, mute it, get it out of my ears, get it out of my face, I don't want to listen to it, that stuff is loud. Same thing with end card segments. It's like, you want to make sure your audio is balanced. Like, if there's one tip out of all of these that you can take away from my video here, it's to make sure that your audio is balanced. Pocket tip number 2, research marketing. If your goal as a streamer or content creator is to grow, and I'm assuming it would be, because why else are you here watching this video? Then you need to know how to market yourself, how to let the world know that you exist and this is the content you're making. Like, I can't stress enough just how important this tip here is. I mean, all of the tips I've mentioned so far have been important and could definitely help you a lot if you incorporate them into your streams. But the number of people I've seen who get into content creation, don't invest in any kind of marketing for themselves, and then wonder why they're not growing is more than I would like to admit. When it comes to getting your name out there, social media is going to be your biggest tool. Personally, I use Twitter. I think Twitter is the best when it comes to marketing and, making connections. Because I've made a lot of great friends and connections since I started using it. It's been great. But whatever social media platform you feel most comfortable with, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, doesn't matter which, just pick one and get started posting. But of course, now you might be wondering, well, Rune, I hear what you're saying, but once I make my account, what do I post? And to that, my answer is, well, anything. Concept art, ideas, memes, jokes. You can share other people's posts around. You can announce when you go live, announce when you've got a project in the works. Just whatever comes to mind, post it. Get it out there. You gotta get something out there for people to see. This will make it easier for people to find you, especially if you use Twitch. It's the way Twitch works. If you're live, you may be recommended to some people in the recommended channels section, but what about when you're not? The only way for people to find you would be to either click a link, which they're not going to find if you're not marketing yourselves, or they'll have to specifically type in your username, which, if you're not a very big streamer, probably isn't going to be that many people. So start marketing! My third tip would be consistency. Regardless of how often you decide you want to stream, whether that be once a week, twice a week, maybe every day of the week, it's good for your followers to be able to know when you're going to go live so they know when to find you. For me personally, I'm not always able to stream at the same time of day and on specific days of the week. But at the end of each week, usually on Sunday, I make sure to put up the next week's streaming schedule with all the times and days that I'm able to go live for that week. So that way, all of my followers have an idea when I'll go live. Psst. Hey, are you guys ready for tip number 4 yet? Good, because tip number 4 is learning how to talk to yourself. I know, guys, it's the dreaded learning how to talk when you don't have anyone in your chat box to talk to. But if you're just starting out as a streamer and you don't have a consistent following that'll pop up and talk to you in your streams yet, it's just something you gotta learn how to do. When people first come to your stream, they're coming for you, like I mentioned before. And if they come in and you're just kind of chilling there, sitting there, awkward silences all around, well, big chances they're probably not going to stick around for too long. So before you go live, take a few minutes to sit down and think about what you might want to say during the stream. Write down a handful of topics you could bring up for when engagement in the chat slows down. You want to talk to your viewers as if you have 1,000 people sitting there chatting with you, regardless of how many viewers you actually have. Because, well, if someone comes into your stream then, there's a much bigger chance they'll enjoy what they're seeing, become a follower, and come back for a future stream if you're being engaging rather than just sitting around like... It's a lot easier said than done, I know. But guys, if you can get the hang of this, this will help benefit your content so much, I promise you. And I think that's all of the tips I have for you guys right now. I know, 4's kind of a weird number to leave off on, but What can you do? Anyways, if you guys like this video or if you found it helpful, please leave a like below and consider subscribing. I'm also very active on my Twitch channel. I stream several times a week over there. So if you're interested, you can check out the link for that in the description below. I also have all of the links for my other social medias there as well, so consider giving them a look through as well. Thank you all so much for watching today, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye!